an attempt on his life. It puts everyone in danger. And you canceled the battle. But you still show up to the event the next day. You gotta have a little bit of sense. I did nothing wrong. I said nothing wrong in my blog. Nothing. I stand by it 1,000%. I take nothing back.
It's been a little minute since I cut this camera on, but it's on. Let me start by telling you what this blog is not. This is not a shot at DME. This is not a shot at J Legend or Visual. This is not in defense of anything that my brother Mac has said. This is not New Era Podcast versus the Union. This is not a shot at the Union. This is none of the above. I don't even want to call this a response because I kind of don't feel like that's what it is. I just wanted to be clear on some things because what I don't want is some kind of awkward tension amongst the members of media involved in this little circle that's kind of swirling right now that I see is happening before me, right? Let's start with this. I did a blog on DME. I just didn't release it. It's about 23 minutes long, addressing some stuff that he said. And I just got finished watching, shout out to the Union, as always, nothing is different. I just got finished watching him, DME and J Legend kind of go back and forth about this whole shit and what may or may not have happened at some event. And I can sense the aroma in the air still lingering from things that have been said recently. So I'm going to do my best to clear some of this up by speaking on it now. So like I said, I did a blog on DME. The reason I didn't release it is because I kind of wanted to feel out the temperature of the culture, and I didn't necessarily want to wage war, not out of fear, just out of respect. I do have a lot of respect for DME. So let me say some things before I even go any further with that stuff. Against what other people have said to me in private, and I'm not speaking about my brothers in New Era Podcasts, I'm speaking about in general. I've talked to different people, different members of media and fans, friends, etc., whatever. I have said on several different occasions that I think DME's intentions are in the right place. I still stand by that. I still stand on that. And I respect DME a lot. I think that his intent is to bring change to the culture where it could use some change. Bring a positive light to some things that could use some positive light to make things better under whatever circumstances they may occur. Whether it be the safety of fans, whether it be the fans or leagues getting cheated out of good performances, or leagues being cheated out of money. I feel like his intent behind everything is to inspire the fans and other bloggers and other leagues to take action towards making things better and pursuing action, should I say, to push so that this isn't a thing constantly, not just one particular battler, but with all the battlers, so that we can eliminate some of the bullshit and the fuckery that goes on. Now, if I'm wrong on that, DME, you let me know. So, why did I blog on DME? I blogged on DME because this is where all this started. For J Legend, you listening, bro? You said, you know, I've been out of the loop. I had some stuff going on. I'm not 100% sure why fans are saying what. And you said you only watched like 2/3 of the blog he did. Cool. I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Often, DME goes live and I watch live as shit is going on. And I'm just driving and listening. Okay. DME puts out content that says the bloggers are covering up. All the bloggers are hiding. He's disgusted with the media of covering up this situation. Okay. Now, he turns around and says, well, you guys should have known I wasn't talking about everybody. I just meant the people that was there. Why would I be talking about all of y'all? Well, DME, is what you said. You said all of media is covering this up and we're hiding this. We are saving this said battle rapper who will remain nameless. Right? Nobody's saving nobody. Nobody's covering anything. The most important thing, and I think that everybody at the union would agree with me. Number one, I know that y'all are big on at the union. I know y'all are big on, if you're going to speak on it for this person, you're going to speak on it for everybody. Y'all are big on that. I don't disagree. I don't deny it. And Jay Legend brought up an incident that happened that a lot of people chose not to talk about. Here's the thing. I think that y'all would be in agreement that, and I'm not saying y'all attacked anybody for any of that, but what I'm saying is y'all would be in agreement that as a blogger, you can cut your camera on and talk about whatever you want. And nobody can force you to talk about anything. If that's right or wrong, please let me know. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm 100% right that I have the right to turn my camera on and speak on whatever the hell I want to speak on. And if I don't want to talk about it, I just don't. And I don't have to. Nobody's going to, push me into talking about anything. I feel like DME's immediate outrage behind this situation led him to be emotional and get crazy and get on camera and say a bunch of stuff. To his defense, that's naturally DME, and that's part of why a lot of people like watching him. He get a little wild and animated about a lot of stuff. It's entertaining. It's always fun to watch DME. There's no secret there. However, at the end of the day, when you call out all the media, we're gonna feel away. And you didn't try to clear it up when you said it. You only backtracked out of that, saying that it was only meant for hip hop is real and whoever and the people that was there after all the outrage. You didn't name names. You love to say, oh, well, I say names specifically when stuff happens, not when you did that caption for that blog. You said all of media is covering this up. You didn't say hip hop is real, Champion, and whoever else was there tried to cover this up. You said all of media and how disgusted you were that nobody's talking about this. I think at that point we all entitled to feel away. That was the first element of outrage, should I say, behind the media and whatever you may have been seeing on YouTube. The second thing I want to address is something that Jay Legend was alluding to. Jay Legend was saying, I feel like you shouldn't have spoke on this or that or whatever, right? Here's where the ignorance come in, and I know it's not going to be understood. And I spoke on this on the initial blog that I did, and I feel it's important to bring it up. It's ignorant, it's stupid. I'm not trying to defend it, but some things just are what they are. As far as people calling DME a racist and a snitch, I'm not speaking to none of that because I don't know nothing about that. I'm not saying he wasn't called that by people. I'm saying that I don't know nothing about it. I didn't say it, and I'm not speaking to it. This is what I want to say. The ignorance is this. It's stupid to have a no snitching policy in your community. It's stupid to not tell the police when crimes are being committed in your community so that you can keep your children safe and your family safe. And you should have neighborhood watch to keep people safe in your community and stuff like that. You should. It's the right thing to do. It's what you should be doing. I think you only understand that and respect that as an adult. However, at 37 years old, as much as I understand it and I respect it, some shit you just don't talk about.
I see people hinting towards some street stuff And I just think that people got to stop with that because that can create bigger problems. And I think that they should just chill with that.
Well, I
Just
mean, look, you put it out
understand.
there publicly, it's gonna be speculation, and the jokes are gonna fly. I
No,
mean,
yeah, no, I'm not talking about jokes, but like I see people really trying to give analysis. Oh, this person had a street problem with this, or this. Listen, stop doing that shit because you don't know A, what you talking about, and B, why create a bigger problem?
You just don't. You don't. Does it involve potentially somebody going to jail behind something? Even if it's a minute chance, I don't talk about it. Is there an opportunity for it to cause legal action of some sort? I don't talk about it. Is there a chance this could ruin somebody's actual real life and their family and whatever? I don't talk about it. Well, if this, I can hear DME in my head right now. Well, if this is going to jeopardize somebody's safety, how could you try to not speak on this? Don't you want people to be safe? Yeah, I want people to be safe. And I know that it's stupid. And I know that by not speaking up on it, it's just going to leave the door open for things to happen and stuff like that. The code is the code. It just is what it is. And if that's what you was raised on, it's what you was raised on. Sorry. I'm not going to try to cut it no other way or butter it to make it sound better or do anything to make it right. It's wrong. It is what it is. There's a lot of people who do a lot of things to incriminate themselves. And I heard you speak to that. Well, it's public. If it's public, fine. Let them incriminate themselves. Let them do things to put themselves in situations that they can't get out of. I'm not cutting on my camera to do anything like that. It's just not happening. It's retarded to sit there and not say things that will make things better. And DME, you a better man than me for that, just that reason alone. But I'm not getting ready to talk on it. That's not where I'm from. That's not what we do. And that's just the end of that. Here's the other issue I had with you in my blog, DME. You jumped out the window. I got these reliable sources, and I trust them as much as you can trust anybody. And I'm only saying what I heard.
and again, my point of the blog wasn't about to tell about what happened. My whole thing was I don't think George should have been in the building. I don't care if it had anything to do with him the second night.
I'm telling you what is being told to me.
I never pointed the finger. I never implicated anybody. All I said was something happened.
So I feel comfortable saying this. Okay, but did you see it? Did you witness it? No. Because this is what's funny. You told what you thought happened based on what you were hearing from people, right? And then your story kind of tweaked a little bit. And maybe it was your intent to only say safety should be a concern. But that's not how you conveyed this when you did that blog. I remember vividly. I'm one of the people that watched the whole thing. What you did was you told your account of what supposedly happened, and it wasn't accurate, and it wasn't right. And now you're trying to say, well, I was only trying to say that Twerk, shouldn't have been in the building, and he was putting other people's safety in jeopardy, and that's not smart. Again, it's just stupid to not speak on things that could get people hurt and to not address this stuff and have awareness and promote safety and all that stuff. Yes, as media, I agree with you. It's stupid. But if you notice, the code of the street is preventing most people from saying anything about it. Most notably, though, you got your version of the story and you jumped out the window with it and you was comfortable doing that. Did you come tell anybody else in media that story before you cut your camera on? Now, maybe I'm wrong in assuming this, but I feel like you wanted to jump out there and be the first to say it and be the first to report on it and you didn't care whether it was 100% truth or not. You believed in it, which is going to lead me to this next thing. You believed in what you were told, and because it's about a certain person, you just ran with it. And you wanted all of us to cut our cameras on and help you, like bring this person down that you swear you're not obsessed with. Now, whether you truly are or you aren't is always going to be up for debate, and it's because you are leaving it open for debate. Reason being is because exactly what Jay Legend said.
I'm telling you what other people have said to you, which is a fact. You could be talking about how blue the sky is, and somehow you turn that into a twerk conversation.
That's a meme. That's an exaggeration. You guys just
It's a fact.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're doing what they do.
Visual. All right, tell me.
It's an exaggeration, bro.
Visual.
Okay.
Visual.
I probably
hold
done
on. Let's see
5, 6
what
vlogs on him in the past 6 months. Like, what are you talking about?
What?
Like yes. Y'all only see that because y'all. That's how you. It's how
DME,
it is. Like, once you get
DME,
something
you could be
fixated in your
talking
head.
about. No, you be talking about something completely different, and you'll find a way to
That's
mention
called comedy. When I do that, that's a stick. What are you talking about? Like, come on, man. Like, that's me throwing a jab to be funny. Like, come on, people. Most people understand that. Like, come on.
At this point, it's just habit. It's just like a tick.
You find a way to bring this person's name up through anything, and this is a perfect example. Within minutes of this video cutting on, you start talking about this battle rap rankings list, and you couldn't wait to get to this person's name at number 92.
Then this year he did it with K-Shine, and it was a 1-rounder.
Now, Jay, I didn't make this list, but at
So
number 92.
92.
90 out of 110. At number 92 is New Jersey Twerk with 19 battles. 7 and 12 is his record, apparently. He went 7 and 12. It's a lot of losses. 12 losses. Told you he loses a lot. You don't listen to me.
You couldn't wait to tell him. You could have talked about all the other battlers who had done great things this year and just stayed in the area of talking about the people who were of significance near the top. But you couldn't wait to run to the bottom of that list and tell who was there. No, it's not obsession. No, I'm not. How is it not?
All right, tell me.
It's an exaggeration, bro.
Visual.
Okay.
Visual.
I probably
hold
done
on. Let's see
5,
what
6
Visual had to
vlogs on
say
him in the
about
past 6 months. Like,
It's the appearance. You do it, and like I said, I watch you nightly when you go live. You bring this person's name up on a regular basis. What's strange is you say yourself, okay, well, I was looking to do X, Y, and Z with said battle rapper, and when they came to town and blah, 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 and they blocked me or whatever the story was. And then, you know, I decided to start trolling. This is why I don't like trolling. The reason I don't like trolling, and it's backfiring on you and everybody else, is because it becomes annoying to people who just don't care about trolling, who don't like it, who don't want to see it. It becomes annoying. And the thing is this, it's easy to backtrack out of that and try to make it seem like it's nothing and it's not a big deal. For instance, right? When you get called out on it, much like when Jay Legend brought this up, you say, oh no, that's just me joking, that's just me this and that and this and that. But when you cut your camera on, it's pure outrage all the time, and it's yelling and it's hollering and it's, oh, this person recycled, this person did this, and you're ruining battle rap, and you're destroying them, this and that, and you're doing this and cool, you have the right to be upset about that. And then outside of that, you'll find a way to work that person's name into the conversation anyway. And you keep bringing it up and keep bringing it up and keep bringing it up. But when you get questioned on it, oh, it's just joking, I'm not. That's why it looks like obsession, and that's why people say what they say. But you don't see it like that while you're doing it, like Jay Legend said. And I agree. So while you're trying to spin your way out of all these things that you said, now that the video is blocked and you say, well, yeah, you know, people were saying that I was snitching and this and that and it was getting flagged and all this other stuff. That's cool. But I'm one of the people that saw the whole thing. And there's a reason why people had outrage. I know I had my reasons for feeling a type of way behind it. Not enough to be super duper mad, but enough to go, what the fuck was that about? So because you mad about it and it involves a particular person, you on this warpath to bash all of media, and now you're trying to switch it and say it was only these people. But that's not what you said initially. It's not. So again, I don't want there to be some kind of weird vibe in the air like we just attacking DME for no reason. My brother Mac decided to pack you up, and for the record, pack you up is not a cancellation of a person. Pack you up is more so get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's basically what it is. So I don't know if you already understood that or not. But to title it the cancellation of DME is like, fam, nobody's trying to cancel you. But the theory that you running with and the stuff you were saying, we like, dog, get the fuck out of here with that. I'm not promoting no story, even though I heard what happened from a reliable source. Like I said in the blog with that, on that episode, I didn't run with what I was told. I didn't. I could have. The person didn't tell me, yo, don't tell nobody. Nobody said that to me. I could have said something. I didn't. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's really just, there's a lot of respect for DME. But like Jay Legend said, you got to realize who you are, bro. And when you say certain things, like, okay, I'm almost regretting to want to bring this up already before I even say anything. This whole race thing. When you say stuff like, if Jay Legend had said this, nobody would have said anything. Are you implying that because he's more brown skinned than you, that nobody would have a problem? What are you implying when you say that? It's comments like that that lead people to believe the things they think about you when you say certain things. You have to be careful when you say that. I'm well aware of everything that Jay Legend had to say behind, you know, you being who you are. When you say things, people are going to look at it a certain way. But also the comments you make, you're going to come off a certain way. So I guess at this point in the video, I can just close this shit right here without continuing to go on and on and on. Again, there's no new era versus the union beef going on. There's no nothing. I felt like there was some shit swirling around in the air, and I just felt like maybe I need to just say something now so that we can kind of cancel this shit out and close it out. Again, this is not me responding to the union. This is me speaking on something that technically I already spoke on. I just chose not to bring it up. And I left that blog alone. But now I feel like, all right, let me just say a little something here to kind of smooth this shit. So, yo, I'm going to close this shit out the same way I always do. No, I'm not done blogging. No, I haven't retired. Battle rap is kind of quiet. I'm quiet. But when it heat up, I'll be back outside. Feel me? It's your man Fat Boy signing out the same way I always do. I respect the culture. I advise y'all to do the same. Hey, yo, Posey! My nigga. Take us home low.
Please don't unplug the game.